students, you are welcome to SPSC eLessons. I hope all of you are fine. Today we will see the topic which will help you solving assignment number 6. As you know that we human beings and all other multicellular organisms are made up of several different types of cells. Why are they made of different types of cells? Because these are special cells which perform special jobs. As you see, some complex machines, they are made of several parts and each part has a specific function to do. Similarly, the complex multicellular organisms have some special cells for performing special jobs. So let's see the sight words first, then we will see these special cells one by one. The sight words are multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms mean the organisms which are made up of more than one different type of cells. Then are nerve cells. These are the cells which are present in our nervous system which carry messages from all parts to the brain and from brain to all other parts of the body. Epithelial cells are the cells which are present on the surfaces. For example, our skin is the surface or covering of our body, so the cells in skin are epithelial cells. Then are pollen grains. These are small yellow dusty powder like substance present in the flower as the male reproductive cells. Then are the red blood cells. These are one of the types of blood cells which are red in color and they supply oxygen to all body parts. Alimentary canal is your digestive tract. See the special cells one by one. So the very first cell is nerve cell. You can see in this picture it is a nerve cell. Here is its cellular body and here are the dendrites. These are the connections with which it transmits the nerve impulses. So how can we describe nerve cells? We say that they have long thin fibers and they carry messages from brain to other body parts and from other body parts to brain as well. The next type of special cells is epithelial cells. These are the differently shaped cells which are closely packed together and they form the coverings. These are thin and flat cells as you can see in the diagram. They are found in layers which are covering the surfaces such as the skin. The skin is the covering of your body. The lining of your blood vessels, internal and external lining of the blood vessels, and the lining of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is the digestive tract. So it is also a pipe-like structure which is covered with epithelial cells. What is the function of epithelial cells is that they provide protection and also help the cells in absorption. The next type of special cells are pollen grains. These are present in plant cells and they are the male reproductive cells of plants. They are of different types according to the type of plant in which they are present. If the plant is an insect pollinated plant, it means that the pollen grains are transferred to other plants with the help of insects. Then the pollen grains are spiky. They have spikes on their surfaces. What is the purpose of these spikes is that they get attached to the legs of the insect so that they can easily be transferred to another plant. The next type of plant is wind pollinated plants. The pollen grains which are present on these plants have tiny wings. As you can see in this diagram, these are the wings of the pollen grain. So they can easily be transmitted by the waves of wind. The last type of special cells which we will study in the lesson are red blood cells. As the name indicates that these are found in blood and they are red in color. Their function is to carry oxygen and you can see their shape in these diagrams. These are known as biconcave disc-like cells. They have a large surface area and the surface area helps them pick up lots of oxygen so that the blood is supplied with maximum oxygen. As we know that all living things are made up of cells. Some are unicellular, they are made up of single cells, but others are multicellular, that is they are made up of many different types of cells. And we have seen some different types of cells in the previous topic. In this topic, we will see that how these cells are arranged to form some higher structures, more higher, and ultimately a complete independent organism. So we will see that cells, tissues, and organs, how are they formed. What are cells? As you know that cells are basic unit of structure and function of life. Beside all other functions of cell, the very important is that they grow and then divide to form more cells like them. This results in an increased number of similar cells. What do they form when they combine? A tissue. So we can say that tissue is a group of similar cells doing similar jobs. So tissue is a group of similar cells doing the same job. For example, muscle tissue is a tissue which is made up of such cells which have the ability to contract and cause movement. So this is what we say is the function of muscles. Now what do different tissues combine to form? Different tissues combine to form an organ. So what is an organ? It is a combination, or it is made up of multiple types of tissues. It is a part of body which performs a specific function. For example, stomach. See that how is stomach formed? As stomach is an organ, so it means that it is made up of different types of cells, or you can say different types of tissues. So you can see in this diagram that nerve tissues, blood tissue, and muscle tissue combine to form this stomach. There are so many other tissues which are also involved in the formation of stomach, but the most important ones are muscles, which make this organ, then blood tissue, which supply this organ with the blood and make the exchange of nutrients. Then is the nerve tissue, which sends the brain signal to the stomach, and from signals from the stomach to the brain. So what is the function of stomach? Is to digest food. Different organs work together to form organ systems. So the organ system performs jobs which are much larger than a single organ can do. You can say that they carry out complete processes in them. So let's see some examples of different organ systems. We have the examples of digestive system, circulatory system, and nervous system. Let's see, the digestive system is made up of different organs. The major organs of them are stomach, liver, and intestines. What is the function of this system? Is to digest the food. Then is the circulatory system, whose major organs are heart and blood vessels. Its function is to transport substances to all parts of the body by circulating the blood to all parts. Then is the nervous system, which is made up of brain and nerves, and its function is to carry messages from body parts to brains and from brain to body parts. Small cells, a complete organism is formed. We call this as levels of organization, and we will see the different stages in it. Levels of organization, different cells combine to form a tissue. So different tissues combine to form an organ, then different organs combine to make an organ system. And when different organ systems combine together, they form a complete organism. An organism is independent and he can survive on its own. Let's see the organ systems. As we have studied that different organs combine to form an organ system, so we will study 5 organ systems under this heading. The very first of those is breathing system. In this system, the major organs are lungs. There are 2 in number in human body. And what does this system do? It helps us exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide, which we call breathing. The next system is digestive system. The important organs in the system are stomach, intestines, and liver. What does this system do? It helps us break down the food and add the nutrients of food into the blood so that we can get energy from those nutrients. Number 3 is the nervous system. In the nervous system, the main organs are brain, spinal cord and nerves. These nerves are extended throughout our body. The purpose of this system is to carry messages from sensory organs to the brain and from brain to the effector organs, that how should we act in a particular condition. The fourth system is excretory system. This system is made up of 2 kidneys and a bladder, and with the help of some tubes. These things are joined together. The purpose of this system is to remove waste from the body and to regulate the water levels in the body. The next system is the circulatory system. This system is made up of heart and blood vessels. As you know that there are so many different type of blood vessels, so the ones which carry blood from heart to other body parts, they are arteries, and the ones which carry blood from body parts towards the heart, they are veins. So the purpose of circulatory system, as you know that this pumps blood into the whole body. With the blood, it transports substances in the whole body. These substances can be oxygen, nutrients, and even the waste substances. The sense organs are those organs which are responsible for particular sense. As you know that we are blessed with 5 different senses, which are sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of hearing, taste and touch. So for each of these senses there is a respective organ. For example, for sight, we can see things with the help of eye. So eye is the sense organ. Similarly, with the help of nose we can smell things. With the help of ear we can listen. With the help of tongue we can taste, and with the help of skin we can touch. We can feel the touch. So this is the way that every sense is linked to a sense organ. So firstly we will see the sense organ which is responsible for the sense of sight, and that is eye. Here is the organ which we are going to study. It is eye. Eye is present in the skull in a place, hollow place, which is known as eyeball socket. These are hollow empty spaces in the skull where the eyeball gets adjusted. It is attached with the help of these muscles with the bones of the skull. The eye provides us stereoscopic vision. Stereoscopic vision is that vision in which we can see even the depths of the thing as well. We call it 3-dimensional view. Let's see the structure of eye. How does the eyeball look like? If we cut eyeball from center and visualize it from above, it will look like this. It has muscles on its edges. These muscles help it to move inside the socket and get fixed over there. Then the very first transparent layer over the eye is known as cornea. Then these 2 lines which are appearing here as 2 lines, these are known as iris. These are the colored parts of eye. When you see from front, inside this cornea you see a lens and there are some lines. So these are iris and they are the colored part of the eye. Here is the lens. So beside iris there is the lens which makes the image. Here the space between iris which allows the light to enter the lens, it is known as pupil. Here are some more muscles which help the lens to contract and relax, contract and expand according to the light condition. If there is low light, then the lens will expand. If there is more light, then the lens will contract. The image of the object which the lens see is formed on the retina. So this layer is the retina. It is further supplied with the optic nerve. Optic nerve is that nerve which carry this image from eye to the brain, so that brain can get you understand what does this look like. So this was all about the structure of eye. We will see the functions of eye with more detail in the next lesson.